Good morning, everybody. Man, our nose itch already. Something a little special today. Oh man, why do I always itch as soon as I start? Never understand that. Something special we're doing today. Riding the Peak to Peak Highway. This is the longest trip I've ever taken on a motorcycle. And I know some of you are going to be like, that's not a trip. It's for me. It's about 3 or 4 hours for me in the saddle. So that's not too long to you. Well, you're stronger than I am. So anyway, let's get set off here and we'll get going. We're in Netherlands, so we're not starting the whole thing. I have driven the highway once. I'm not entirely sure what this Prius is doing, but let's just get out here and see if we're... Wait here. I've driven it once. I've never ridden it on a motorcycle. And it is September, so we probably are going to see some more color as we go. This won't be the entire... whoa, there we go. Trip. Like, this because I ain't got the GoPro battery for that, but... You know, and right off the bat, so we're going to turn on to 2nd Street. We should be good on gas, too. I don't think we need any. Yeah, we're only 51 miles into this. I got probably about another 100. Oh, all right. 2nd Street. That's what we want. At least that's what I'm told. Well, we're going to go west to Estes Park, which is this way. 72, perfect. I thought this was 2nd Street. I don't know. That roundabout sign was peak to peak. All right, we're on the right spot. I don't know if this is 2nd Street, but whatever. Anyway, one thing I've noticed so far, you know, when you're riding a bike, oh, I got to make sure everything's zipped up here. I don't want to lose anything. All right, we good. When you're riding a bike, you know, you smell everything. You're just out in the open. You don't smell the fresh air in the canyons. You smell the brakes of everybody riding by. Because nobody is gearing down. They're all riding their brakes as they're coming through the canyon. And all you smell is brakes. And it's just like, oh God. Ooh, rough. But we are doing the peak to peak today. I'm hoping, I got the camera gear with me, so I'm hoping we'll see some elk or something. But as you can see, we're starting off strong. Oversized load construction, asphalt layer. So, doing good. Doing good. Oh man. Still behind this guy, but gonna get some views here. I gotta bring y'all back for it. The fun part is I can't tell like when I'm recording or not, because like I have so much gear on because it's like in the 40s up here. I'm trying to make sure. Oh man, he's got the right idea. This Toyota does. We will shoot past this guy eventually here, but I want to make sure before I do, I'm gonna come around no curve and smash into somebody. Oh. These weird itches. As soon as I start recording, I always do. Alright, Mud Lake, yeah, I've been here. I've seen some moose over here on the right. There's like a little bit of a pond. Yeah, see? Sometimes you get some moose over here. It is a little bit late in the day for wildlife. We might see something, but it's 9 o'clock. So, other than some elk, I don't know if we're gonna see much. But our next gap we've got here, we will overtake this gentleman. A lot of old mining stuff. Netherlands was a mining town, if I remember right. There's a lot of cool things around here. We already got some color. Look at this. Look at this. I didn't know we would up here. We're right on the edge of color season, but yeah, it's changing. That's for sure. Like I said, it's gonna... Oh man, it smells good too. No brakes right now. Just mountain air. Alright, big guy. Alright, well, I'm gonna bring you guys back once I pass this guy. Alright, now we're cruising. You know, I haven't had a single issue so far. I don't have like a mount for my phone or anything. I don't really have like navigation going on. I'm doing this pretty old school, and I've had no problems, you know. And I will say the bike's been fairly comfortable the entire time. I mean, you get sore just from sitting in one spot because I'm old, but it's not been bad. I always bring too much camera gear. That's my biggest problem, is I always bring too much camera gear. Because I try to prepare for everything, which is just dumb. You shouldn't do that, but I do. But if I see something, I'm going to pull over, take some pictures, snap a couple. Just because that's what we're here for. One thing I've been doing a lot more of is just doing things to do them and enjoy them, not really having an agenda. If many of you don't know, I am a professional photographer, and I used to really push myself a lot to keep up with, you know, the Joneses, I guess, with a lot of other photographers. Just always out, waking up super early, getting out. Then I'd work 5 days a week, overtime hours, bullshit pay. But I would just push myself too much, and then I got to a space where I kind of burnt myself out doing it. I burnt myself out because I was constantly trying to make everything perfect, and you inherently can't do that because you can't control everything. By trying to control everything, I was making my life miserable. So I just am here to enjoy this stuff. You know, this trip, I wasn't planning on doing Nederland and up. I was planning on going up through Estes, coming down and hitting Lions and coming home and just doing a real short version of it. But to be honest, I was like, no, let's do the whole thing. Let's do something I haven't done before. You know, go somewhere where it's a lot of traffic, where you don't feel comfortable, and kind of get out of that comfort zone, because I'm just not a big, like, I don't want to ride in traffic. I don't really enjoy riding on the interstate, which I didn't take the interstate. But what does it say? Highway. Do not stop or stand in highway. Woo! Look at that. Oh, yeah. This is why the peak to peak is talked about. It's just there's so many good views and so much cool stuff. Of course, we got a cyclist here. Let's kick her into 6th. Oh yeah. Color's not exactly here yet, this low. I'm assuming as we go it's going to get quite a bit better. Just because, you know, it is. We're getting higher up north. I will say it's a little breezy today, but that's another thing I've noticed about this bike. Ooh, geez, I didn't know what that was for a second. I thought it was a cyclist just coming screaming through. That's another thing about this bike. I do not mind the wind. I don't know if it's this thing and it's just angling it just right or what, but I really don't feel a whole lot of the wind. Now, I've never ridden a fully faired bike, so, you know, maybe it's just, you know, that's the thing, right? I've just never ridden a fully faired bike, and I don't have that experience. What is an underdrain? The sign said underdrain. But I've never ridden a fully faired bike, so I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what it's like, you know, other than like cruising around on my dad's that he had in town. I don't really know what it's like, and I just haven't really noticed anything on this guy. I gotta be honest with you. The Thruxton for sure. I've got a video where I did like a trip where I went, I don't remember, it was somewhere in Wyoming, but granted that was with a lot of crosswind. But I went somewhere in Wyoming and it was a nightmare. Oh my gosh, the entire time I'm just tucked over like this. and you can just hear the wind just smacking me the entire time. And this has been good, been great. Now this ride, dude, oh yeah, I have a friend, well, a former co-worker, I don't know if I call them friends, but her husband and her, kind of a group of their older friends, older vets, they ride the Peak to Peak a lot. That's what they do. They get on their bikes, they ride the Peak to Peak. Somewhere they go for lunch or some shit, I don't know. But I get it now. I get it. Just cruising on this bike is like the easiest thing to ride here. Doesn't get bullied around. Just cuts through real easy. Oh, there's no traffic, which is also the nice part. I hope it's as pretty on camera as it is here. You know, and we're gonna find a lot more. I'm doing my best to kind of not record for too long just because I only have one battery, but oh my goodness, look at this. Wow. Wow, dude. I think I've driven this once. I can't remember. I thought I did it in a car though. I just don't remember. Wow, it is fucking gorgeous though. And I'm doing it at the right time. I wish it was a little more colorful so I could like be snapping some photos of all this, the aspens here. It's just not down here. We're not ready. This will be end of September, and we're, I think, second week of September right now. Maybe starting the third. But wow, dude, I don't remember any of this. And it's so different on a motorcycle too, right? Also important to note the orange pylon plastic things sticking up on the side that they've got strapped to the mile markers. That's because it snows like crazy up here. That is because in about 2 to 3 months this is going to be covered in snow. They've already been getting about, what, the big peaks, the 14ers, Pikes and Longs, Trail Ridge Road, they got almost 24 inches of snow like last weekend. Crazy. I'm not ready. I am not ready for it. This is nice. I haven't encountered, other than that truck, there's nobody. Like, look, there's nobody there. There's nobody on this road. I guess this is the joy of being self-employed, right? Like, I can come out here on a Monday after this weekend was probably just covered with people. Look at that. Oh, look at that sea of color, man. I bet in a week, next weekend, that's just going to be covered. Gives me hope we're going to see something coming up here. Because we're right on the edge of it just going nuts. Yeah. There's just nobody here. And it's just like the joy of being self-employed is, I can do this. I took today off. Cleared my schedule and here we are. Motor vehicles use extreme caution. Okay. Let's use some extreme caution. Nothing crazy. Look at that. That's pretty. Twisties. Give me more. You know, I thought I'd miss, like, you know, I need this, my sport bike for this. I needed the street triple, but no way. I said it's just like a armchair you're riding. You can hear the wind. Oof. So there's a place around here that I've gone to. It's like up this way. It's a hiking area. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a hiking and nature area. I've been to a few times. Always love seeing those Maersk sea shipping containers this far in. It's always fun. You gotta wonder if those companies like miss them. Well, if we didn't get it, we've made it. Was hoping I would have it, but it looks like I turned off a little bit. You can see it right there, right? That's Long's Peak. Sorry. Stop and grab the photo we need. Booyah. Step out a little farther. Ain't nobody here. Perfect. Okay. Wow, man. I climbed that bad boy. Let's put a camera out. I want to take a couple shots real quick. Okay. Well, now that we're back in action, I can also tell you we have about 8, maybe 10 minutes of footage from that whole thing, which kind of sucks. But I don't know what else to do, you know. This GoPro, I don't know. I think next year I'm gonna look at getting something different. I just haven't had as much of a good experience with this as I have, you know, anything else. It's just like this thing falls asleep for some fucking reason, and then like I can't even tell. It's recording now, so I can see that, but like I don't know. I just find it to be annoying. Anywho, back at it. We do have some of it, which is nice. Oh God, got my phone hanging out. Boo boo da boo. Alrighty, fired up. Okay, pull over here. Nothing, we're good. All right, let's get out of here. It's definitely fall up here. Feels like it. God, look at that. I should have stopped here. Oh my God, come on, man. Oh gosh, that's just annoying, huh? About 500 feet away. Woo, look at that bad boy. Yeah, 500 feet away I was like right there. Jesus. Well, at this point, I don't know all that has gotten through. A bag. I hate... I think I'm gonna pull over real quick. Something doesn't feel right. My bag does not feel as heavy as before. And maybe that's just because I got up. You know, maybe that's just because I stood up. But my bag doesn't feel as heavy. Well, we're in Estes now because I know that rock. Yeah, I know where we are. Okay, when we get... I gotta find somewhere here. Just pull off so I can check my bag. I don't know, maybe it is. It just feels good because I got off of it. I'm not that stupid though. Well, I am that stupid. As you saw, I nearly left my other bag there, but this is the nicer part of the Peak to Peak. Now I keep saying I need to stop, and there is a place to stop. It just feels lighter. Who knows? Oh yeah, this is it right here. Okay, so here is a place to stop. Let's see here. Kick it into neutral. That's second. There's neutral. Oof. Okay, I think I lied. It isn't lighter. That's why I make sure. My dumbass didn't leave a camera back there. No, it's all here. All right. Maybe it's just because I've been sitting for so fucking long. You know? Oh, dear God. Ooh. I'll tell you, I need some bigger pants. I wore some jeans that I put my Smart Wool liners in that I usually have on my hiking pants. And sweet Jesus, dude. These jeans are not made to have anything else underneath them. I'll tell you what. Does anybody have any experience with like riding jeans? I see like NBT or something I keep seeing on my ads. Think about getting a pair. It's always tough because it's such a balance for me between like being comfortable and still having enough range of motion and having protection. And I love this jacket. You know, someday I might do a review on it because I haven't had it too long. But so far, I had, ooh, that was cool. I had my Dainese before, and I was a big Dainese fan, but they were like, because they fit me, and I used to be, well, I still am, but just not as. I used to be about 130 pounds, 125 pounds. Hell, I was 115 at one point, which was not cool. But now I'm 170, 165 at 6'4". What are we doing, dude? Why are you in my lane, homie? Now we're getting into traffic, so it's been a good ride up until here. But this is Estes, it's going to be this way. But they used to fit me really well because they just fit smaller riders really well. But then it just, oh man, I hated the zippers on them. The zipper on my Air 2, I think it was an Air 2 or Air Light or something, D-Dry something, I don't know. It just sucked. And then it got my chin, it like scratched my chin, my Adam's apple, excuse me, with where the zipper was. And this one is, oh man, way better. It's a Segura, I believe is what it's called. It's, oh, excuse me. Oh, something in my nose. Ah! Oh no, I pulled the shit. Sorry, I got my finger on it. This thing has a mount for a cold shoe and like a microphone, and that's what I usually put on it when I'm like working on the bike, because it had some way better mic, but it like has an extension to try and help it keep it from being in front of the GoPro, and holy moly, that sucked. And I'm sorry about the bug. There was a bug on it apparently at some point. Oh my gosh. You just kind of got to deal with it. That's kind of the essence of motovlogging and riding and stuff. Just get that shit on there. These guys riding their brakes, dude, like, drives me crazy. This is how people like burn up their brakes and warp their rotors. My work car that I drive is a 2006 Honda Accord. And it was given to me by my grandfather. That was my grandma's. The one thing they would never go far. I don't think that car really drove anywhere other than around town. But the one thing that they would do with it, look at that. The one thing they would do with it is they would take it and they would go up the mountain with it. Casper. And they would come back down, obviously. And they must have ridden those brakes so hard, because when I got that car, oh my God, were those rotors warped. You would just be on and they just, as you hit the brakes, just, oh my gosh, dude, that car violently shook until I changed them out, and then they were good. My nose is running. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna hit the GoPro again, I apologize. It's like it's itching right on the end. There we go. All right, back down. Boom. Estes is pretty for sure. Very pretty. Oh my goodness. Very, very pretty. I do a lot of work up here. Actually, we're probably gonna go by. I don't know, does St. Vrain? I don't know if St. Vrain goes by the home I shot up here. I'm a professional real estate photographer. That's how I make my money anyway. And I did a house up here. It's this way. I'm like, no, we're going to, because you can see this from it. Yeah. We're gonna go right by it. We'll point it out. Yep. I was like, this looks oddly familiar. I believe it's only 10:15. That like took no time at all. I thought that was gonna take forever. I mean, I left at 7:30 this morning. And I mean, 10:30 is gonna be 3 hours, but it says online, when you look up the Peak to Peak Scenic Byway, it says it takes 3 hours. Now granted, I don't believe I did all of it. I do think that there is a part of it that starts near Blackhawk. I just don't care to go down that way because I don't like I-70, number one, and that's the only way to get there without going down the Peak to Peak and back up it. Now you could ride down and probably eat in Blackhawk and come up, and maybe that's what a lot of people do, but I went from Ned all the way up. It's not 3 hours. Oh, I missed it. It was back there. It's one of these houses. Uh-oh. Got little doggies. Yeah, it's just back there. I think they want 600,000, 700 for it. It's really nice on the inside. It's fairly small. I will say that. It's only like 1,800 square feet, I think. 2-level, bi-level, no basement, 2-car garage. Whoa, buddy. Easy, buddy. God, I was doing 5 under the speed limit when that guy showed up. I have only ever encountered one other deer while riding, and it ran right out in front of me, and it turned, and it nearly ran damn near parallel with me for a little while, and then jumped off into the bushes. You just gotta watch for that wildlife, man. Can you imagine if that thing came out and I plowed into that fucker? Oh my god, I'd probably be dead. Estes is pretty though. Beautiful. Alright, well, I'm going to call it there. I do have some time left on the card and on the camera, but I don't know how much of it I have and how much I'm going to cut in and out. I wished I had a little bit more, but again, like I said, I think it fell asleep, for God's sake. So as we come into Estes, well, thank you guys for riding with me. This was super cool. I'm gonna have to do this again. This was real easy to do, and this bike was fantastic on it. Little cruising here and there. This thing it chews up the miles. It's comfortable. It's super easy to drive. I enjoy it. I really enjoy this bike. I enjoy everything about it. I love the mini ape hangers, and it's just great. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We will be doing a lot more of this, and I'll talk to you guys in the future. Keep those comments coming too. I love keeping up to date with you guys and talking to you and just seeing where you guys are at. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Take it easy. Look at that view.